Welcome to Dual Dispatch, the channel where we provide 3-minute headline breakdowns, and you benefit from not having to do hours worth of personal research, unless you want to, of course, which we encourage. Links to the articles in the description. Today, did Riverside County Sheriff's Office prevent the third assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump? You decide. Starting with the left, the bulk of the story comes from Time magazine. According to Time, a 49-year-old Nevada man named Vem Miller was arrested at the inner perimeter of the Trump rally in Coachella, California on Saturday, October 12th. Miller was found with 2 guns and several IDs with different names and fake VIP credentials. Miller arrived at the rally in a black SUV when he was stopped by deputies assigned to Trump's rally just before 5 p.m. local time. Miller was charged with illegally possessed firearms, though according to Miller, he claims in a video posted to the streaming platform Rumble, he told a deputy he was legally carrying firearms, but when the deputies checked, they found that the weapons were loaded, and under California law, carrying a loaded firearm is a misdemeanor that is punishable by up to a year in jail and a $1,000 fine. Miller, in his Rumble statement, says he purchased a Glock and a shotgun in 2022 after receiving death threats in his line of work. According to a LinkedIn page, Miller is partner and co-founder of the America Happens Network media production company. Miller himself says in his Rumble statement that he has been working in media since 1994. Miller denies any intention to harm the former president, stating that he is a Trump caucus captain and has been a staunch supporter of Trump since 2018. Though in Miller's Rumble statement, he describes himself not affiliated with any political party and sees himself as a libertarian, despite also saying he's been involved with the Republican Party since 2000, even running as a Republican in 2022 in Nevada. Miller denies the IDs in his car were fake and states that he is Armenian, and some documents use his full Armenian name. Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco said an investigation is ongoing. Bianco states that Miller's vehicle was unregistered with a homemade license plate that was indicative of affiliation with sovereign citizen movement, described by the FBI as anti-government extremists who believe they aren't subject to government authority. Miller denies this claim. Miller's claims are supported by Mindy Robinson in a post on Instagram, who calls Miller a good friend and business partner for America Happens and backs up his claim that he had no intention to kill Trump. NPR mentions that Miller was also in possession of a high-capacity magazine. Over on AP, the article states that Miller is scheduled to appear in court on January 2nd, 2025. Politico quotes Bianco, stating that from a law enforcement perspective, Miller was arrested on firearm charges and that anything further would come from the federal government. Politico also mentions the statement given by attorney Martin Estrada from the Central District of California, saying that U.S. Attorney's Office, U.S. Secret Service, and the FBI are all aware of the arrest. Politico also states that the incident did not impact protective operations and Trump was not in any danger. Getting into the middle of this Oreo, we find ourselves with the centrist outlet, starting with The Hill, which mentions that the Justice Department said on Sunday, October 13th, that its agencies were aware of the arrest. In the statement, it also mentions that the incident didn't impact operations, Trump was not in any danger, and no federal charges are yet involved. Mint magazine mentions that Miller came under suspicion because the interior of his vehicle was, quote, in disarray. BBC states that Miller always traveled around with guns in his vehicle but had never fired one. BBC states that content that Miller posted seems to provide evidence that he is a dedicated right-wing activist. He has multiple social media accounts and seems to regularly attend pro-Trump rally events around the country and appears to be strongly opposed to the Democrats. Reuters, another UK-based publication, states that Trump had yet taken the stage at the time of Miller's arrest, while Newsweek states that Miller said he was previously a Democrat and had supported Barack Obama, but is, quote, certainly more Republican now. Miller states that he deeply admires Trump. Finally, finishing off with the right, Fox mentions Miller says he was never told why he was being apprehended. Roughly 8 hours after being detained, Miller said he was given the opportunity to call a lawyer in front of an FBI agent and a member of the Secret Service who were there to interview him. He was later told by deputies that the interview had been called off. A source close to the Trump campaign also told Fox News' Bill Melugin that they do not believe this was an assassination attempt on Trump. Breitbart re-emphasizes the statement by Bill Melugin, while The Blaze reports that Miller also reportedly had several phony rally passes, including the fake press passes and VIP passes. Last, Epoch Times states that on October 14th, Bianco had to clarify that a previous statement he made that a suspect arrested on October 12th was, quote, going to kill the president, unquote, was in fact incorrect and based on, quote, bad info, unquote. On October 13th, Epoch states that Bianco told the Epoch Times in a text message, quote, we arrested a man trying to get in the perimeter with 2 firearms who ended up saying he was going to kill the president, unquote. Epoch also mentions that federal agents ended up not interviewing Miller after he had invoked his right to a lawyer. That's all I was able to get out of this story for now. Quite an info dump, but hopefully you taking a walk down both sides of the aisle with me helped you get a better grasp on this story. Do you think that Miller was there to assassinate Trump, or do you believe the statements he made in his video on Rumble? Sound off in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe with notifications on for more future 3-minute headline breakdown videos. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed, and stay hopeful.